7 days survival alone, no man's land. Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. This is an incredible story of survival from India. 7 men were stranded in the jungle for 7 days with no food and water. But that's not the half of it. There were tigers around and they had to build a wooden shelter while being stalked by these big cats. The entire ordeal was caught on camera. The first few days, they were just walking around in the jungle with no idea where they were or how to get out. They walked for miles and miles until they finally came across a small village. But when they got there, the villagers didn't want them to come in. They told them to leave or they would be arrested because of the lockdown. So these 7 men had no choice but to stay in the jungle. They made a fire and tried to keep warm at night. But it was very difficult because they didn't have any blankets or anything to cover themselves with. They also tried to catch fish in the river, but every time they got close to the water, they saw these huge crocodiles and they all just stared at each other. Nobody moved. On the 3rd day, they finally decided to build a shelter, a very basic one, just enough room for all of them to fit in. It was made out of wood and leaves, nothing fancy, but it did the job. It kept them dry in the rain and it gave them a place to store their things. But then something really scary happened. One night they were awoken in their shelter to the sound of heavy footsteps outside. They didn't know what it was, but they were too scared to go outside and investigate. Could have been a tiger or a bear, but it turned out to be neither. In the morning after, they went outside to check and they found these huge pug marks or tiger tracks. It seems like a tiger had come to their camp in the middle of the night, but luckily it had gone away before they arrived. Now, for the next 4 days, this continued. Every night they would hear these footsteps outside their shelter, and every morning they would go out and find these tiger tracks. It was so scary that they didn't even go out anymore. They were too afraid of what might happen if one of them was to get too close. Finally, on the 7th day, they managed to find their way out of the jungle. They were rescued by a team of people who had been sent in to look for them. I'm so glad that they're okay. That was a very scary experience. What would you do if you were in this situation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.